a special edition of The Dish from the Super Bowl city of Atlanta. In 2017, Eater named B's Cracklin Barbecue as Atlanta's Restaurant of the Year, saying it's a must-visit for the city's barbecue lovers.
Dana Jacobson had a chance to talk with owner Bryan Furman, a South Carolina native who's shaking up the barbecue scene in the South's biggest city. Dana?
Yeah, B's Cracklin Barbecue, guys, is about a 20-minute drive from where I am here in downtown Atlanta, but it has become a destination for barbecue fans from across the globe.
When Bryan Furman puts together his sampler plate, he knows that people may come in for the meat, but says it's the sides that complete the dish.
All right, that looks good. Not gonna lie. This is all for me, right, Bryan?
Yes, ma'am.
B's Cracklin Barbecue, Furman's restaurant, has been getting a lot of buzz since opening in 2014.
Is this Atlanta barbecue?
I wouldn't say it's Atlanta barbecue. I always say it's my barbecue. I feel like I have my own style.
His style is homemade, like the 3-cheese mac and cheese, baked beans with brisket scraps and fat, and Cracklin hoe cakes.
And this is your special sauce?
Yes, that's the peach mustard.
And homegrown pork that he smokes in the back of the restaurant.
How do you know when it's done?
Well, this right here happens.
Just comes off.
Yes, ma'am. Or like I dig here in the shoulder. And it's just, and it's like this right here is the ham.
Oh my gosh, Bryan, this is so juicy. Just, wow.
And then we mix it all together, and then you have rib meat, bacon meat, and ham meat. And that's why the sandwich and the pork just taste so much different.
Furman is no stranger to fire. Before mastering the art of smoking meat, he worked as a welder for the company JCB. As for his current title, he refrains from the traditional label bestowed on the kings of barbecue.
I don't even label myself a pitmaster.
You don't?
Nah.
What do you label yourself as?
Bryan. I'm a cook. Like my grandma, my granddad, my dad, they never labeled themselves a pitmaster.
Okay.
My grandma never labeled herself a chef. She's just a cook.
His grandmother also taught Furman a thing or two about livestock.
We were always eating things at the farm, out of the backyard, out of the garden, raising our own pigs, raising our own chickens. So I grew up basically made from scratch, everything. Food has always been kind of like my thing, but I just didn't look at it as a business.
That changed when Furman, who suffers from migraines, needed a spinal tap that put him out of work for months.
When I got back to work, I told my friend, if I walk through these doors, 2015, you give me right to slap me. He just laughed, and I was like, I'm serious. In June, I signed a lease. In October, I quit my job and opened B's.
When you told your dad you wanted to do barbecue, he asked you a question that really helped shape some of what you do. What was that question?
What was going to make me different than everybody else?
He found his answer back on the farm. Heritage pigs, which he rears from the farm in Statesboro, Georgia, to the table.
The heritage breed is an old lineage of the pigs. If you put these pigs in the commodity system, they won't live. They won't work. They won't walk on concrete. They're stressed. They won't eat. So they have to live on dirt.
And you saw that this was the best tasting meat came from these pigs.
Yeah.
And then what was the thought?
Put it in barbecue. So it's kind of like cheating.
Furman opened B's Cracklin in Savannah before expanding to Atlanta. It's a family affair. His wife, Nikki, left her career as a property manager, and their 2 teenage sons work for him after school. But Furman doesn't see B's as a mom and pop shop. His goal has always been to open a new restaurant every year. The latest is in the renovated home of the NBA's Atlanta Hawks, State Farm Arena.
People go to business school for years to try to figure it out, and restaurants still fail. I love that you're laughing at that.
I'm laughing because, to be honest with you, like, business to me is common sense. Either you're born with it or you're born without it.
Furman credits his success to a keen instinct, years of hard work, and
2013, my horoscope was like, your empire will flourish for the next 19 years. That's what my horoscope said. And I'm like, empire. Like,
just maybe with the stars being aligned.
Guys, I got enough barbecue for all of us, but you're not here to eat with me. So it does not travel well. I did, however, get something that will. Of course, a cocktail glass with a Super Bowl theme. And then, Michelle, I know who you're rooting for on Sunday because your Saints aren't in there, so I got you a hat for your new favorite team, the Patriots.
It's not like I haven't worn that hat before, you know, in my Super Cities Challenge. So, you know, thank you so much. I so appreciate that.
I'm going to have to deal with the bitterness back here. I hope Bryan Furman brings
That's right.
brings one of these next restaurants to New York, because that looks so good.